Thank you and good afternoon, everyone. I must say it's a pleasure for me to be here. And in the meantime, I want to thank the previous presenters for sharing such insightful findings from their research on the school food environment. My name is Gideon Amevinya, and I work at the School of Public Health, University of Ghana, and I'm also a research assistant on the Meals for NCD project. The Meals for NCD project is focused on measuring and supporting public sector actions to create healthy food marketing and provision environment for children and adolescents in Ghana. So my presentation for today is titled Heavy Marketing of Energy-Dense Nutrient-Poor Food Around Basic Schools in Greater Accra Region. So a bit of a background, as you may be aware, the food environment play a key role when it comes to decision-making on the kinds of food we eat at home, school, or at our workplaces. Around us, the current food environment we live in has been described as obesogenic, meaning it has the ability to promote the consumption of unhealthy food known to contribute to overweight and obesity. A typical obesogenic environment is characterized by activities such as marketing of energy-dense, nutrient-poor food, example being sugar-sweetened beverages, fatty foods, and the like. Research evidence have also shown that exposure to food marketing, especially to children, can influence their preferences, their purchase, and also consumption. Consequently, the consumption of such food is implicated in childhood obesity and overweight. So as part of their strategies, food marketers carry out the activities on platforms or settings known to be frequented by their target population. So for children and adolescents, some of the platforms include on television, the internet, social media platform, and also the school setting. With children and adolescents, I can say a considerable part of the day is spent at school, and they eat at least one meal a day within the school environment. It is even estimated that 35% of children's dietary food intake occur at the school food environment. So considering the influence of food marketing activities on food choices and purchase, the kind of food being promoted in and around schools can play an important role in students' food intake. Presently, evidence on the food marketing landscape around schools in low and middle income countries, including Ghana, is limited, even though policymakers need such evidence to inform relevant context-specific policies towards limiting unhealthy food marketing or advertising at school or other child-saving settings. So against this background, our study examined the extent and nature of food marketing around selected schools in the Greater Accra region of Ghana. So what did we do? Public basic schools, totaling 200, were selected from 6 districts in the Greater Accra region using a multi-stage sampling approach. In conducting the study, we observed all road networks of distance 250 meters from the main entrance of each participating school. Using direct observation techniques, all outdoor adverts were manually identified during the study. In this study, we define outdoor adverts as any stationary objects such as banner, painted surfaces, electronic board with branded information that aims to promote a particular product. So during data collection, a mobile phone application installed onto a smartphone having GPS functions was used to record the geo coordinates of each food advert, as well as take pictures of all the adverts that we cited. For each food advert, such as the type of for each food advert, attributes such as the type of the advert, the setting of the adverts, also the product advertised and the promotional strategies used in the adverts were all recorded. We further categorized the food products advertised according to the INFORMAS food classification system, which classified foods into three main groups: core, non-core, and miscellaneous. So what did we found? On the characteristics of the food adverts, we found that about 80% of the food adverts were situated at food shops, even though we also found some located by the road, on buildings, and at bus shelters. Posters were the most dominant type of advert recorded, amounting to 70% of all adverts, even though we also had other means of formats of adverts such as the freestanding signs and billboards. Per our categorization, majority of the adverts were in the small category, even though we also had adverts classified as medium size or being large. So on your screen is a map of the Greater Accra Region with its various districts. So this map is actually the output from the hotspot analysis we performed using our mapped food adverts. The triangular shapes, the black triangular shapes you can see on your screen represent the schools we visited. So we observed a high number of food adverts in and around the schools, of which more were present in urban districts compared to rural districts. So on the prevalence of food adverts, out of the 5,887 adverts recorded, we found that 42% were food adverts. Unhealthy food, as presented on your right in the bar graph, amounted to 70.2% of all food adverts. We only found only 11.5% of the food advertised classified as healthy food. We also found sugar-sweetened beverages, locally prepared dishes, alcohol, and milk products having greater than 3 grams fat per every 100 grams as the top 4 advertised food products. And of these top 4, 3 are actually unhealthy food products. So this second figure or map is the distribution of all food adverts. And the red triangles represent food adverts classified as unhealthy, and the green triangle represents healthy food adverts. Clearly, from this map, the number of food adverts advertised outweighs that of the healthy adverts. So on promotional techniques used on these adverts, we found the use of promotional characters and premium offers on some of the food products. Cartoon characters were the most used promotional character, and for premium offers, price promotion was the most dominant, even though we had other offers such as price discounts and gift or collectibles. So based on our findings, we came up with some few recommendations, and recommend that comprehensive policies aiming to regulate unhealthy food advertising around schools are actually needed. And we propose an approach which we term land using regulations, and this should include like zoning of areas around schools, all with the aim of protecting children from exposure to unhealthy food adverts. We also recommend that clear guidelines should be developed on food that should be advertised on all platforms, including other mediums such as television, to children and adolescents as well. So to end my presentation, I would like to thank the partners for the men's specialty project, Ghana Health Service, Dr. Dennis, and other organizations. This project was also made possible by funding from the International Research Center for Research based in Canada. Thank you.